Hey, this G Butterfly, and I'm coming to you live from the bed. Well, I want to talk about a story, a video I saw today on TikTok. There's a man who has this segment on his channel, and it's called Am I the Asshole? Well, a lady, I'm assuming, wrote in to his TikTok channel, or I don't know where he gets these stories from, but I heard one, and I'm like, ooh, that sounds like that might be a good conversation starter. Excuse me. Now, I took notes. I listened to what the lady said. I took notes, so you're going to see me looking down because I'm going to be looking at my notes. But I want you to get in my comments and tell me, what do you think about this story? Alrighty. So the lady is a wife. She has some children. She's married. And she was upset because her husband bought her a ticket to go on a trip with him and his friend. Now, him and a friend go out of the country on a trip every single year. He told the wife they go because they're going to sporting events. Well, she wrote in, and her question was, am I the asshole for not going on the trip? Well, she was upset because the husband bought him and his friend first class tickets. Excuse me, first class tickets, but he bought her an economy ticket. So she said that she and her husband hasn't been out of the country on a trip in many years. Again, she's a mother, a stay-at-home mother at that. She say her husband says that he travels with his friend, as I said earlier, because they like to go to sporting events. So I guess they go out of the country to sporting events. I guess it's possible. I'm sure, excuse me, every country has sports. So that's what him and his friend does. Well, she also says that this year her husband told her that she could go because they were going to a new location. Now that leads me to believe that she has traveled before, whether it was him with him or with him and his friend, and the places that they continue to go, I guess she's already traveled to. So he told her, well, since we're going to a new place, you can go with us this year. She also said that her husband is the one who's paying for the tickets, not the friend. The husband is paying for him and the friend to ride first class on this trip. Once she found out that he bought her an economy ticket, she got very hot and upset because, again, like I said, he bought a first class ticket for the friend. So she confronted him because she was upset, and he told her, I paid for your fucking ticket. Isn't that enough? He told her to stop acting like she was royalty. I'm like, well, damn, man, you talking to your wife. Shouldn't a man treat his treat his wife like a queen? And isn't a queen what royalty? But he told her to stop acting like royalty. I guess fussing because she had to get an economy ticket and he bought him and a friend a first class ticket. He told her again to stop acting like royalty, but this is the kicker. He told her that economy was good enough for her because she didn't work anyway. She was just staying at home. I say, you see my eyes got big, my mouth open. That's exactly how I did when I watched the video because I couldn't believe that he would tell his own wife that. She says she cried and just decided not to go on the trip. She said that he changed his mind and started begging her to come on the trip. But this is the showstopper. Mind you, this is her husband. Well, the friend that he's going on the trip with sent her a text and told her that she was acting all entitled. I want to say, well, the goddamn, she is entitled to everything when it comes to her husband. But I say, that's interesting that his homeboy friend gonna tell her to stop acting entitled. And he also told her, that's why I didn't want him to bring you because of the way that you acting right now. I say, the friend can tell the wife that. I say, ooh, well, son. Now, she say that she didn't respond to his text and she blocked him. I'm like, why would you have to block him? Why couldn't you just have a conversation with him if that's your friend, husband's friend? Or tell your husband what he said to you and then observe how your husband is going to handle the situation. Obviously, they've been knowing each other a long time because him and the husband has been going on trips every single year. She said that the friend has started getting increasingly more and more rude over the last few months. So why do you think that the husband would allow his friend to be extremely rude to his wife ongoing? Why do you think the husband let him do that? I can just assume that the wife told the husband what was going on. And if she didn't, I find that strange too. Excuse me. The husband told her that she just keeps whining, and this is what happens when he finally decides to include her. Now, when she used the term include her, the phrase I should say, he decided to include her. That made me feel like she was the outsider, not the friend who he goes on the trip with. I say, all of this was very interesting to me when I heard this story. And she went on to say that the husband was more than able to pay for the whole trip. Now, I don't know why she decided to say that in the story or letter or whatever she sent to this guy on TikTok. And I'm sorry, I cannot remember his name or the name of his page. But she went on to say he was more than able to pay for the trip. So I said, okay, she's bringing up the fact that he can pay for the trip. But does he pay for him and the friend every single year? What was the significance of her saying, well, he's able to pay for the trip, unless she was saying, well, he's able to pay, but he only bought me an economy ticket? I just thought it was strange that the husband, because she never said anything else about the husband after he begged her to take the trip and she decided not to go. All of her comments were regarding, all of her comments were about the friend, who, in my opinion, sounded like he the boyfriend to me. That's just my opinion. That was just too much going on for a husband and a wife, and then the friend to get that involved to start texting the wife and telling her that's why I didn't want him to let you come in the first place. Well, if a husband is going on a trip, why would the friend have so much say so over what he does with his wife? What y'all think about that? And for her to start all that damn crying when the husband told her, well, you don't work, you just a stay home mom, economy ticket is good for you. She should have cussed his black ass out. And I'm assuming he was a black dude because, well, you know what? I could be wrong here. That could be anybody. Anybody just acting old ass. But yeah, what y'all think about that? Get in the comments and let me know, why do you think the wife felt it important to say that the husband was able to pay for everything? Why do you think the wife just blocked the guy instead of confronting him and telling him how she felt about him harassing her via text? And what do you think about the husband? What do you think about him taking a trip with the guy every single year and only decided to let her go because this was a location she hadn't gone to? I said, well, it can be so many variables in this story. But tell me in my comments, what do you think about this? This G Butterfly. I'm coming to you live from the bed. I'll talk to y'all later.